grilled flatbread for our dinner guest. So here you go. Okay, Leanne.
All right, so what we're gonna do, right here I have our active dry yeast all measured out and our salt and sugar. So I'm gonna just take that and I'm gonna dump it right into our mixing bowl. And to that I'm gonna add our water and olive oil. You're gonna use warm water to make the yeast bloom. So we're gonna dump that in. Let's put the mixer on. Hopefully we don't splash anyone. The yeast will start to smell. You'll have a fermented smell. You'll be able to tell that it's starting to dissolve into the water. And you use the sugar and salt to help the yeast bloom. It acts as a food for the yeast to grow, which in turn causes the smell of fermentation.
And it's a bubbling.
So it's just gonna mix for a few minutes, and
it grows.
It grows. It'll get a little bubbly, and then we're gonna add in some flour. While the yeast has been mixing into the water, you'll notice it started to bubble up a little bit. That means that it is starting to bloom. You want to make sure that all the yeast and the sugar and the salt has dissolved into the water. So I'm gonna stop the machine and I'm going to check that things are dissolving. So you'll see there is a little bit left. It's getting a little bit gummy, which is what you want. So we're gonna let it mix for about another minute or so. All the yeast, sugar, and salt have fully dissolved, and you see that there is some bubbling, which is exactly what you want to see. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in our all-purpose flour. So we're gonna go ahead and add this in. So now we're gonna add in the remainder of the flour. Not too bad, managed to not get it all over myself. And then we're just gonna let that incorporate at a low speed until the flour is added in so it doesn't fly everywhere. While that's mixing, I'm taking some olive oil. I'm just gonna coat the bowl with it so when you put the dough in here, when it droops, it doesn't stick to the bowl when it's done proofing. So I'm gonna go ahead and increase the speed. The flour is all incorporated into our dough. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove the dough from the mixer, and we're gonna put it into our bowl that we coated with olive oil to prevent the dough from sticking while the dough rises to proof. As you can see, I'm having some difficulty with the bowl. Feel free to laugh. I am. As you can see, I've transferred the dough, which is quite sticky judging by my hands, into the bowl, and which was coated in olive oil. We have the luxury of having an oven with a proofer in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the proofing setting in the oven and for about a half hour. Now we're gonna just pop the dough into the oven on our proofer setting. Our bread is ready. We're going to take it out of the oven. As you see, it's tripled in size, the dough. Okay. Just going to dump it over. And as you can see, there is a little bit of sticking, but the olive oil definitely played a really good part in preventing all the dough from getting stuck on the inside of the bowl. So now, I'm just going to kind of bring the dough together. And then we're just going to start slicing it and rolling it into the little balls. Now that our dough has risen and rested, as you can see, we are going to roll it out. First we need to take some non-stick cooking spray and spray a pan lined with parchment paper so the dough doesn't stick. start with the first one we rolled out. And just roll it into a flat circle. And we're just gonna brush the dough with the olive oil to prevent sticking once we put it on the grill. And then we'll start our process all over again. So we're gonna take our bread, we're gonna put it on top of our hot grill, make sure it's hot, otherwise it will stick. We're gonna take some of our house seasoning blend and we're just gonna generously sprinkle that onto the bread. It will smoke up and crackle, that's okay.
Okay.
And that's our final product, our delicious grilled house flatbread. I hope you enjoy.